Happy Sunday, Stampers and Paper Crafters. This is Facebook Live number 435, and it is Sunday, September 21st, 2025. My name is Joy Borwedge, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I have been a demonstrator since August of 1999. I have a super cute fun fold for you tonight, and it is something that you could certainly use in any occasion. So I'm going to put you down at the table in just a second. If you get motion sickness or anything like that, look away, and I'll let you know when I am done messing around with the camera. So hold on. So hopefully everybody had a great weekend so far. Mine has been in the craft room. So I have actually been reorganizing my stamping collection, and I have moved, if you could see, I don't want to hit the wrong button, but over there is all my designer series paper from the catalog, and then over here I have the designer series paper that is from the online exclusives, and underneath the table I have my designer series paper from the Holiday Mini, and then I have all my current stamp sets from the catalog there, and then I have all my embellishments right there. I have my 6x6 designer series paper over there along with my brushes, and then over here is where I have my online exclusive suites, and then also in this collection right here I have the Holiday Mini catalog. So I've been kind of reorganizing, replacing, and my twin stuff is getting kind of covered up, so I might have to find where to put that stuff. But that's what I've been doing this weekend, as well as I am now done creating for the two events that I have coming up, and I am tightening the camera. All right, so then we are going to put some light on the subject. There we go. And I am going to move this just a little bit, squish in. Okay, I think I'm straight. Am I straight? They're my hands. Okay, I see that. Okay, good. So again, my name is Joy Borwedge. I have an Instagram page at Stampin' for Joy. My YouTube page is Joy A. Borwedge. My online store, which is open 24/7, is stampinforjoy.stampinup.net. penguinz33@outlook.com is my email address, and I also have my Facebook page, Stampin' for Joy, as well. So what happens is I record. This is a Facebook Live on my Joy A. Borwedge page. I should say Joy Borwedge page. Then today's creation will be, I'll take the picture, I'll hashtag it at 435, and then I will post it on my Instagram page, and then I will take this video and post it on my Joy A. Borwedge page as well, just so that you can find me in two different places, because this Facebook Live will be deleted after 30 days. And then I will also download it to my Facebook page there. So let's talk about what's happening in Stampin' Up! World. For one, this is the catalog that is coming up, and that's current. And then we have the Holiday Mini catalog, and then we also have the online exclusives. Now, today's card is going to be from the online exclusives that was released, I believe, in July. And we are playing with the artistic, where did it go? Artistic Leaves. And again, like I said, that is from the online exclusive, as well as, and I'll show you, the Need for Tweed. And I thought that was a really cool stamp set. But what I've been doing in the last for a while now is recreating past Facebook Lives. So today's Facebook Live, this is number 22. And so today I am going to recreate this Facebook Live number 22, and I'm going to use current products. And I'm still going to keep this as my inspiration, and I won't necessarily always copy the same layout, but because this is a fun fold, yeah, I'm going to copy it. But I'm not going to show you what the card is, and you're just going to have to stick around and find out. Just letting you know that you should be checking out the last chance list. Several products have been marked down up to 60% off. So take a, hi Carolyn, how you doing my friend? Happy Sunday. Now I'm happy because you're here. It's nice to see you. All right, so then this is a stamp set that is in the holiday mini catalog, and I really like the fact that Stampin' Up! Does this, where they take a charity and then they design a stamp set or a bundle or something, and then they take money, and like this one's going to be $3 for every stamp set they sell, and they're going to donate it to breast cancer organizations throughout the globe. And then check out the Halloween products. Those are in the online exclusives, and it's getting kind of close to where you want to get your actual Halloween projects started. So you're going to want to get this and start getting things prepared. Now, the Spooky Sweet kit is also in the online store, and that's a kit. Now, my last Facebook Live was about a paper pumpkin, and we made 3 cards. And so what the difference is Paper Pumpkin is a subscription plan, and it comes to your house or apartment or wherever you're dwelling, and then it's kind of a little surprise, whereas a kit is something that you get to choose, and you also get to see what it's about. Some stamps, some don't stamps, so check those out. Now, World Card Making Day is coming up October 4th, and you need to register for that. Now, what Stampin' Up! Is going to do, this is a free event, so what they're going to do is send you a link so that you have that link on October 4th, and then you can actually enter the event. Now, it is from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock Mountain Time. So that means in Minnesota time, it's going to be from 3 to 4. Now, like I said, this is a free registration. Now, you don't have to buy anything, but Stampin' Up! Is featuring a kit, and it's available now in the online store in the kits collection. Now, it's called Handmade and Heartfelt Kit. Now, it comes with everything that you need. It's only $32 in my online store, and it also has a built-in organization station, and that's this thing right here, so it's really cool. So after you put the cards together, you can have them sit in this organization tool, and then once that's all done, you can replenish that. So it's really cool. It makes 10 cards, and you get 2 of each of the 5 designs. Now, if you don't want to purchase this, you do not have to. I am not going to purchase this kit, but I am going to have things that I'm going to be working on at the same time. So there's going to be tips and tricks, so check that out. Now, another kit that was introduced to the kits collection is called The Road to Christmas. Now, this does not have any stamps. So if you want to get a couple friends together, buy several kits, put these together, it'd be kind of a fun way to get your Christmas started. All right, so let's show you, well, actually, first of all, I have some things to talk about. My friends and I are putting on an event, and this is November 1st. Now, this registration is available now. So I'm going to do a flyby, and what that means is I'm going to show you one of the cards that we're going to be making, but I'm going to kind of do it quickly. So, I am going to be doing, let's see, Branching Out, and that is a super cute set from the Holiday Mini. It is growing on me to be, I think, one of my favorites out of the whole catalog. It's a sleeper set, and hi Tina, welcome. So here is the card that we're doing a flyby, and now this is actually going to be a fun fold. I'm not going to show you the fun fold, but we're just going to do this. So it's November 1st. Where did I get October? So registration is open now. So here comes the flyby, and that is featuring Lights of Aurora. Now, the other registration that is open is for the virtual event, and this is going to be for Saturday, November 15th. And what happens with this one is that you register, and then we send you a packet in the mail, and that packet contains 4 cards from Heidi, 4 cards from me. Now, my cards are going to be featuring the Traditions of Christmas, Lights of Aurora, Painterly Pears, and Traditions of Christmas, Lights of Aurora, Painterly Pears, and Branching Out. Oh my gosh, I was like going, what am I? So, incoming, this is going to be the card that we're going to be doing at the virtual event. And so what we do is we record 4 videos each, and then we play those videos. This is a Zoom call, so we'll meet together on Zoom Saturday, November 15th. Now, if you cannot make it, that's okay, because we will also send these videos to everyone, so that, number one, if you didn't get a chance to make everything, if you're only available for the first half, you'll still be able to make the cards and follow, and you can stop and play. And that's what we do too, is that way we do original videos. And how you doing, Tina? Happy Sunday. And so what happens is we actually play those videos. So if you need a question, we'll pause it. That way, if we make a mistake, we don't have to start cutting new paper in between. So this is a really good way for us to have it take the least amount of time. And then we could have those videos sent to you so that you can also finish or keep those in, keep those together. So then that way, if you aren't able to finish all of them, you will be. So incoming, here is another in. That's the virtual event featuring the Lights of Aurora. So hopefully you will get online and register, www.thevirtualstampinevent.com, and that is, I'm excited because I just finished the Branching Out card for the virtual event, and oh my gosh, it's just flipping cute. So actually all of them are very nice, I have to say so myself. So let's show you what we're going to be playing with. Again, I said that we are going to be featuring products from the online exclusives. Now, you do not have to be anybody special to go into the online store and go on the online exclusives. It's everybody is available to purchase from there. Now, the reason why it's called online exclusive is because this Need for Tweed is not going to see any publication. Neither is the Artistic Leaves stamp set. Now this is just a single stamp set. There's no dies, but it's like super easy fussy cutting. And I love, love fall. So I had to get the stamp set because this is so different than Stampin' Up! Has ever offered a leaf set. So we're going to be playing with the need for Tweed and Artistic Leaves, and we're also going to be using the Nested Essential dies. It's in the annual catalog on page 107. And let's show you the colors. And like I said, this is a fun fold. We're also going to be using the low profile dots. It's in the online store and in the online exclusives. Oh, I almost showed you the card. Didn't want to do that. Here we go. Here's the stuff that we're going to play with. And we have a scrap piece of that designer series paper. And I don't have a size. It's like a 1/2 inch. Let's see. Almost 2 inches long, and it's certainly a 1/2 inch wide because I cut that off and I just used it. So there we go. So we have a piece of designer series paper, which is 4 by 1 3/4. Another piece of that designer series paper, so it is 3 by 2 3/4, so almost a 3/4 or a 3-inch square, but not. This is a piece of soft sea foam. It is 2 by 3, and then another piece of that need for Tweed, so that is 4 inches by 3 1/4. This is a piece of basic white, and this is 3 1/4 wide by 4 1/2 inches long, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. And then here is our card base, and this is a half sheet. It's a half full sheet, but it's done the long way. And so it's 4 1/4 wide by 11 inches tall. And we're going to score it at 3 1/2 inches and 9 inches. All right, so where am I going to put that? Let's put that right there. And then that way, everybody gets a chance to, and the reason why I do this is so that way, if you want to come back and recreate this card, you can. And you can use whatever designer series paper you have. And now this is a card that would be fun, soft sea foam. You know, and that's actually my thought, Carolyn, because I used the color wheel. And what I did was I took the color wheel and I pointed it at Cherry Cobbler, because that's what this is, and it told me that, wait, what did I do? I used the complementary color, and what that means is complementary. So I picked Cherry Cobbler and I went across. So soft sea foam was the color that it chose, and I could have picked, I guess, any other color. I could have picked Mossy Meadow if I wanted to, or I could have picked Garden Green, but like you said, it's not a color I use often, so I chose that on purpose. And so that's where I got that from. And then another color, I did this one. So I chose, I have different ink colors. So I have Cherry Cobbler, and this is analogous. And I used Pecan Pie, so I decided to use some Pecan Pie ink as well. So I used my color wheel in 2 different ways. And so that is a great tool to help you use colors that you don't often use. So for the colors of ink pads, we're going to be using Memento, and then Soft Seafoam, Pecan Pie, Cherry Cobbler, and then Basic Gray. Now the Basic Gray is because I'm actually using black, but I didn't want to use black, so I went down a tone and went with Basic Gray. So that's where I got my colors from, and we're going to use a little bit of the gold and silver trim. I have gold in this packet because I used up all the silver, so I'm trying to figure out ways to use the gold. I don't want the gold to feel left out, so that is what we're using. All right, so I'm going to take a drink here. Ooh, I saw some lightning. I don't know if it rained here. I see that the vehicles are dry, so maybe something is going to hit us. I don't know, but I just saw some lightning. Tina, you're in Lakeville, right? Or somewhere more south of me, I believe. Okay, so we're going to take off the sizes, but we're going to keep the score marks on. Hi, Pauline, welcome. How are you tonight? Okay, so I'm doing well, thank you. Lots of thunder here. Yeah, that's where I thought you were, Lakeville. Because I saw I face east, and so I saw the lightning kind of a little bit south of me. So, and as you know, I live in Burnsville. So, okay, let's get these together. We're going to stamp on these as well as this. So this is going to get die cut. We're only doing one die cut tonight. And then, oh, we are going to stamp on this, but I want to actually do the scoring. Okay, so let me get out my Simply Score tool. I love my Simply Score tool just because it allows me to score and not cut accidentally. And I love my Simply Score tool because I can also do like boxes with it, and I don't feel like I can accidentally chop it off. All right, so we're going to go 3.5, and so I'm going to use my large piece, and then I'm going to do 9 inches. Now I like, okay, number one, I really like it, so I accidentally used it way too much and too hard, so I broke it. So I like to use my big ball on my cardstock, and then when I do designer series paper, I like to do the smaller ball, and I just do it lighter. But what I do is I kind of like to take my big finger, my middle finger, and I put it at the top, okay? And then I kind of lay it down almost, rather than going like this, because when you lay it down, you don't jump the track. And there we go. So that one, we did the 3.5 and the 9-inch score. And then this one, we're going to score at 1/2 inch. And it's just one score. So then again, lay that kind of down. And there we go. So now that we have our score lines done, we can get rid of that. Okay, so then I'm going to fold this and give that a nice crease with my bone folder. Ooh, I kind of missed that. So we're just gonna, okay, I can smell the rain now. There we go. My hearing is not the greatest, but my sense of smell is really good. I can smell the rain. I didn't know it was supposed to rain today, but that's okay. Twins won. First game in like a long time. And it could have been a really bad loss. They were losing. But it's the last homestand game. And I told Mike, I said, we're not going to a Twins game until they sell the team. So pull ads. I'm not giving them any more of my money. Okay, so this is the actual card. And so we're going to take this piece, and I'm going to grab my silicone mat. And this is going to prevent me from getting my glass mat studio all sticky, because I tend to overshoot my adhesive. And ooh, I accidentally grabbed the Stampin' seal, which is Seal Plus. Well then, I guess we're going to use it. Okay, so I'm going to lay that down like that and have that all the way around, a nice border. I'm going to put this back because I like to save my Seal Plus when I am doing more, what do you call it? Like 3D pieces, 3D, or like if you're doing gift bags, or you're doing something that opens and closes a lot. But we're actually going to do that on this one, but we're going to use our tear and tape. Now the tear and tape comes from the annual catalog, and so what we're going to do is we're going to take the tear and tape and just line that close to the edge and lay that down. And I use my Pampered Chef scraper, and I just use that to get a nice stop for me. And just because I can have a better edge at the top. And Vikings won today? Cool. So the Twins won, the Vikings won. That is awesome. Okay. Then we're going to take the people poker. This is what I call the people poker, because I am the people that pokes. And if you kind of go in the middle, it kind of releases. And the Lynx one, oh my goodness. Too bad that doesn't happen all the time, you know? I mean, okay, so what this is going to do is that's going to flip up, okay? It's going to go just like that. And then this piece, we're actually going to put a piece of tear and tape at this 1/2 inch piece as well. And then we're going to tear that again. Now you can use, I mean, you can always tape it, but then sometimes I like to burnish that also, because then you get a better tape, you know, it goes in a lot nicer. I don't know why I did that. We're just gonna tear in. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna stamp stuff. And let's see here. What are we going to do here? Okay, so first of all, we're going to do, this one is, it says, hello, sweet friend. But all we're going to do is the word hello. And we're just going to emit. And so we're just going to pay attention to where the side of the, And I think I got a little bit of black on there. Okay, and so we're just going to hit the hello, and I'm going to lay that down, and that turned out very nice. And then it's going to go on the inside. So then we're going to put that, where are we at? We're going to put that right there for now. And then we're going to put the lid back on until we're ready to do the other parts. Okay, so then this leaf here is going to be, we're going to put this away for now, and we're going to get the Stampin' Pearson mat out. Just because these are distinctive stamps, and we want to make sure that we, whoa, glad that wasn't open. Okay, so we're going to stamp this leaf. Now you just want to tap, tap, tap when you have distinctive, because otherwise it is going to have too much ink on there, and it's not going to give you the look that it's intended for. Okay, we're not going to clean this off because we're going to use this again, but we're just doing the inside for right now. And then we're going to close this up, and then we're going to go with the pecan pie. And we're going to get that little swoosh that goes right in there. And again, tap, tap, tap. We're going to stamp off. And then we're going to line that up right there. Just like that. Okay? And then we're going to close that ink pad up. We're going to come back to this also. But I want to just kind of finish the inside right now. And then we're going to take the Grateful for You, and we're going to stamp that right on top of the leaf. Okay, so we're actually done with that one, so that one can get cleaned. All right. Then we're going to leave this for now, okay? I know I took the lid off of that one, but we're going to put it out of the way so that it's still stamped. Okay, or it's not going to get its embellishment, the tear and tape used up. Why words? I can't think. All right, so we're going to take the cherry cobbler again, and we are going to stamp directly on the tap, tap, tap. And we're going to stamp on the paper. And then we're going to put that over there. And then we're going to close up the cherry cobbler. And then, all right. Then we're going to grab the soft seafoam, and we're going to, whoa, sorry about the loud noise on that one. Okay, again, just tap, 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 no squishing, because the distinctiveness, you want to keep that. All right, and I have yet to be perfect on this every time, but what I'm trying to do is line up that one and that one, the points, and then be pretty good. Yay! And look at the colors on that. I hope that the camera does it justice. Okay, so then that one is done, and that one over there is done, so we can clean those off in just a moment. And then we're done with soft seafoam. And then we're going to grab the pecan pie and the cherry cobbler again. And we're going to grab the big, or I'm sorry, the bigger leaf, and then kind of go down like that. Sherry, welcome! How are you? It's nice to see you on a Sunday evening. Whoops! Flying across the way. The leaves, you know, the wind just took that leaf and threw it off. All right, so we're done now with the cherry cobbler, so we can put that away. And we're going to go in with the pecan pie and do our swoosh. All right. And again, we are just stamping directly on the Designer Series paper. Okay. Yes, you have gotten some happy mail. Yay! Awesome. Well, one thing about moving is you get rid of a lot of stuff. Oh man, I hope it went well for you and unpacking goes very nicely for you. Okay, so we're going to do some cleaning just for a moment. Actually, let's do, never mind, we're going to do our spots. All right, then we'll do some cleaning. Like I said, ink pads tend to, or the photopolymer tends to change colors on some of the colors. So we're going to use spots in our gray. Okay, so then we're done stamping. And then I'm going to close that up. It's amazing. I only had one lightning and one thunder. And I smell rain, but I don't know if it did or not. I don't see any wetness on the cars. All right, so the cherry cobbler obviously is going to stain. And so for those of you who didn't see the last video, I have seen several videos where the demonstrator said, I changed my Simply Chamois. And I have thought to myself several times, when do you know to change your Simply Chamois? When it leaves little tiny particles of used Simply Chamois on your stamps. So that is what I did. I threw that little puppy away and got a new one. And it's kind of fun to see the purple color again. And when I get done with this today, I will take it to the sink and I will squeeze it in really, not hot, because, yeah, I mean, I do, I go as hot as my hands can stand, because the hotter, the better for the color to come out. I noticed that when I was squeezing it with warm water, and then if I turned it to, like I said, the hottest my hands could handle it, and squeezing, more came out. So there you go. There's a little tip if you wanna warm up your hands, especially with the summer winding down. All right. Yeah, I don't like baby wipes much. The only reason why I use them for like the events is to wipe off my blocks when people squish stuff into the ink pad, and to clean my fingers. But otherwise, I use the chamois. And when I use, let's see, Now I have in the past used StazOn with my photopolymer, and it has said that don't use StazOn on your cleaner on your, there's a thunder, on your photopolymer, because it'll eventually turn your photopolymer into gummy bears, and several demonstrators have attested to that. And so I have used the cleaner and then wiped that off and then used it on my chamois like ASAP. I don't let it sit there. So it has taken off the ink, but it's like, use it at your own risk. Okay, so there is the big leaf, and we're done fussy cutting, because this leaf is going to get my silicone mat out again. And we're going to put that at the top here. What I should have done is stamped this, stamped that, and then stamped those. But it's not exactly perfect, and you know what? It's okay. That's just the way it goes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take... I should just keep that there. I'm going to grab my... So for those of you who came in late, I have reorganized my 12 by 12 paper, and because I was cleaning yesterday, I'm not done cleaning, and I was... There we go, just like that. And so I showed, whoops, what in the beginning what I have done. And so if you guys missed the beginning, go ahead and check that out. All right, so we're gonna take this. I don't have fingernails. We're gonna put this right here so it's easier for me to grab, and then that right there. And then I am going to grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And now, for those of you who do not have one of these, this is a very easy, lightweight Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Oh, I am missing number 1. All right, so this is plate number 1, and when you, and my plates are well loved, and they have cracks in them, and so what when this one here meets the other end, this one will be my cutting plate, and again, it has 2 cracks in it, and then I'll get a new, I have 2 new plates. This one will be my bottom, my cutting plate, and then the new one will be on top. So, I mean, it has even kind of, it's gotten its own shape. It's kind of flattened out a little bit. Or, when it doesn't, now it really is thundering. You guys could probably hear it, right? But it doesn't matter if it shows anything on this one, because it is going to be covered up majority. I'm just trying to use the colors. All right, so I staggered my plates because then it will help go through, and I'm just going to hold that. All right, and then that is that. Okay, so let's get this card put together. Okay. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to put this flat on. Now I'm going to get that silicone mat out, and the back side is right here. We haven't had a thunderstorm where it actually thundered in a long time. We're going to put this over to the right side, okay, and then we're going to grab dimensionals. Now, you know what I might do, because I didn't do this on the first one, I just thought about it, is just kind of curve up some of my edges on my leaves to kind of give it a little bit of dimension. Ooh, 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 and I forgot. Yeah, we can always do the Wink of Stella on there. All right, grab my dimensionals and get my Take Your Pick tool, because again, I do not have fingernails. I put this new stuff that's on my fingers. It's kind of an ugly pink color. And then at night I've been putting cuticle stuff, because my fingernails, they just shred. And so I'm trying to grow them so that they're nice and that I can not have them peel. I don't like it when they peel. All right, and then this one is going to have just one. There's really no need for two unless you want to use small ones. And then I'm just going to put that right there. And so what are we going to do with this? I'm going to slide this in, and we're going to put that all the way down, and then we're going to close that, and then now when we open it, it moves it up, and then that goes back in, maybe with a little bit of help. Slides back in, just like that. Isn't that fun? Okay, so then now we need to make a bow. Okay, now it's raining. Okay, so I like to leave my loop over here, okay, and then got my, oh, I do that a little bit more closer here, closer to the end, because I don't want to cut off a lot and then throw it away. Gosh darn it. Just keeping it, you know, so that this is my tail, but then I don't have to and that goes up and in. Grab my loopy loop and kind of try to keep it straight, and then adjust, and then you can tighten. All right, so I want them smaller, and there we go. And then you can floof those up a little bit so that they're not so flat, because you know bows should not be flat. All right, we'll get scissors. It goes in the trash. That gets cut right there. All right, that goes back in. Because I have cats, it goes back in the bag. And then we're going to grab our mini glue dots, and the next one in line is right there. Oops. We're going to squish, put that right there on the edge, And then I'm going to put my finger where that last one is and rip. So then I will not miss the next one in line. So that little bow keeps that there so that it doesn't unravel. Okay, so then now we're going to take these are called low profile dots, and they are in the online exclusives. And it is gold. Now it's running really nicely. All right, so then we're going to put one right there. And then we're going to put a little one, whoops, right up here. Okay, and then we're going to open up, and then, aw, well, tell her she can watch the replay, and then tell her I said hi as well. All right. And that a little one goes on the inside. There we go. And that goes down. Okay. So we created a triangle with these three, okay? So then now I am going to put another one right, let's see, where did I put it? Right there. And then we're going to put another little one. Oh, come on. I wonder if I can just lift it up. Yay! All right, and we're going to put that right there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 different ones. Oops, that does not work, right? Okay, so the people poker goes back in its cage. That goes there. I put those in the. I put things back in their right spot. And after I'm done with the Facebook Live, I'm going to go back to cleaning and organizing. Because I'm on vacation this week. And I'm going to work on the events. Plus, I need to get my stamp camp ready. Stamp camp is going to be like the 10th and 11th around there. So it's going to be, I know 11 was one of those days. So it's going to be the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of October of the weekend of the 11th. So I have to get that invitation done up. All right, gotta get that Wink Estella on there. All right. Shake that up. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. So now this, like I said, now this is a little too wet for me. Because I had squeezed it before when I was doing my original card. Okay, so I'm only doing the veins because I have shown in my, let's see, it's either the Facebook Live, let's see, 433 maybe. I did kind of like an example of why you don't want to color your distinctives in. Whew. Both my windows are open. I wonder if it's coming in. Not as of now. I had to go and touch the window pane. or the window ledge, I should say, because this is an apartment. It is not mine. All right. So, but what do you think about the colors? Doesn't that look pretty with the soft seafoam? I'm like almost one of the favorite things I used to do when I was a kid was hang it up, you know, go to my grandma's, and she lived in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. And if you happen to know where the Leinenkugel's brewery was, it was within walking distance. And anyways, she did not have an air conditioner. So when we would go to her house for the summers, she would always have the windows open, and I got to hear the rain, you know. Isn't that just beautiful? The rain come down. And that's where my love of rain and thunderstorms came from. A little bit on in there. So you can write your greeting. Oh, you love the colors. Sherry! Hey, girlfriend. How are you? Miss you. All right. Go back in. There we go. So, let me show you the original card. So this was the original card, and because I had never done this before, I had a practice model. And so if I ever came back to Facebook Live number 22, I would have instructions. And so on the back side, there it is. So this is Facebook Live number 22. And so what I did is, that was the inside. And I said to myself, hey, there's really, I mean, that's kind of dark for me. So I lightened it up a little bit. And so now this is Facebook Live number 435. And I'm going back and recreating the cards that I first started out with, because you cannot come back and look at Facebook Live number 22 because they're gone. And so I am recreating them and then using new products. So that is my card. So if you would like to get in the drawing, all you have to do is a thumbs up or a heart, or if you want to do both, that would be great. Facebook likes it when you chat with me, and Facebook likes it when you do the heart and the thumbs up, and leave a comment. Facebook likes it when you do that as well. So I like it when you do that, because then I don't feel like I'm talking to myself, because I really am, because there's nobody here. But you guys can talk back. So that's awesome. And then share this on your timeline. Facebook also likes it when you do that. Thank you, Tina, very much. So if you share this on your timeline, you also get into the drawing 2 times. And so I want to say thank you very much for hanging out with me on a Thursday evening. I have no idea what Thursday will bring. Oh wait, thank you for hanging out with me on a Sunday evening. I did say Thursday, didn't I? All right. So hopefully I will be back. I have to be back on Thursday. I'm off next week. So I will have another card coming up. Take care, guys. Have a great week, and happy stamping.